So I wanted to talk about vision therapists a little bit for people who have strabismus and they want to have somebody to guide them, to show them how to go about fixing their vision. And this is kind of it's kind of a big deal. I would say that if picking your vision therapist is probably the most important thing that you can do. Because there's a lot of nonsense out there. You can be there's no actual certification for being a vision therapist. All you have to do is call yourself a vision therapist. So you can be part of a COVD, but or you can have all these different things in written down. But what really matters is what a person is capable of doing, and the only way to know whether a vision therapist is good is to look at their history, look at the people that they've helped. For instance, if you're an adult and you have strabismus and you want to fix that strabismus, what you want to do is you want to find out whether they have helped people in the past, people who have had strabismus as adults, and then they, through the guidance of this professional, they were able to gain stereopsis. And if the higher the number of people like that they've helped, the better. Otherwise, you're really just grasping at straws, and you're just giving away a lot of money to somebody who probably doesn't know what they're doing at all. I'm sure that they are classically trained. They went to optometry school, and they know a lot of theory and whatnot. But it's I don't know. This is just based on my own experience. I did that. I went to from fixing my gaze. Susan Berry, she recommended that you get a vision therapist from the COVD, which is the College of Vision Development, and it's sort of a way. It's like this group. You get certified by them, and then they basically say that you're good, and you get their stamp of approval. But what I would say about that is that it might be a good starting point, but that if you think that that's enough, it's not. They still might not know what they're doing. I had a vision therapist for about a year. I spent about $7,000, so I think it worked out to $125 per treatment, and I did that for about a year, and it cost it was expensive, and so. And I got the impression that she didn't really know what she was doing. She understood basics. She understood. She had all the equipment and all this stuff, and I'm sure that she did great in her classes and stuff. But it's really different. You have to have the experience. And she was young. She was I was 27 at the time. I got the impression that she was 27, and so she was fresh out of fresh out of college, not much experience. And so that was really stupid on my part to do that, because but she was less expensive than the other vision therapists, and so I just thought, whatever experience she's lacking, she has her cohorts, she can get opinions from them, and I'm in the network is what I kind of got. That was sort of my rationale, but I didn't really get too far in that year, and so I sort of consider it a waste. Yeah, and starting when I got involved in these different groups and I got to know other people who were in the same situation as me, and there's a lot of people who have the exact same story as me, a bunch of, born with strabismus, had a number of surgeries as a small child, and then was born stereo blind, and then read about this woman, Susan Berry, and so there's a lot of us. I think there's really a lot of us, and we got to know each other on the internet, and even this story of having a vision therapist and spending a lot of money on them and not being helped much by that. Even that story it just keeps going, and then even now there are some who are doing the same thing as me, which they stopped using a vision therapist, and then they had more success by doing vision therapy on their own, by doing their own research, getting to know other people, and so what I would say, kind of what I'm getting at, and it's common, you know, it's common to spend a lot on these people, and then you don't really get much in return. And I guess what I want to say about that is that I don't want to like put people off from vision therapists. Just know that you've got to be cautious with them, and know that they're not. It's, you know, it's if they don't fix you, it's no skin off of their back at all, you know. So I mean, you're just poor, and you wasted a lot of time. And so, I mean, I think that they can be a good resource. It's just that most of them aren't, especially for like fixing adult strabismus. A lot of, you know, they went to classes and they, you know, they got educated, but a lot of them don't really understand binocular vision, is the impression that I'm getting, and a lot of them aren't qualified to be vision therapists. So just be cautious, make sure that you do your research on them, and I think that they can possibly be good resources. They can, but you just have to be cautious with them, because, you know, they won't have any problems taking your money, but you might not get anything from it. So, and there are definitely vision therapists who are really good. They do exist. I think that they are uncommon. I think they're like the ones who don't really know what they're doing. I think they're a lot more common than the ones who do. So that's basically what I have to say about them. And yeah, just ask the pertinent questions. Ask them, are you trained in adult strabismus? Ask them, how many people have you actually cured or helped cure? So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. And I get the feeling that there are a lot of people who share these exact same sentiments. So I guess it's my interest to help see to it that a lot of other people don't fall into this trap. So just be cautious, be your own advocate. All right.